With 10 knockouts. Dawson is 6'3", Daniels is 5'9". So a big height advantage for Dawson, but the age also on his side. He's 22 versus 34. Look at that glittering record for Carl Daniels and those number of knockouts. 10-point must system in effect. Mandatory 8 after the knockdowns. There is no standing 8 count. There is no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter who's been knocked down cannot be saved by the bell. Joey Birchfield has the introductions for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for your main event of the evening. This event is being brought to you by Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports, putting the class in boxing. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Mashantucket Pequot Athletic Commission. Chairman is Joey Cotter. Vice Chairman Richard Butler. Executive Director is Joe Letelier. And your Commissioner is Peter Timothy. Your physicians ringside are Dr. Michael Schwartz, Dr. Joseph Carpentieri, and Dr. Anthony Alessi. Your timekeeper tonight is Phyllis Roy, and your assistant timekeeper is Roland Roy. Your matchmaker tonight is Ted Penangatis. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds for the WBC World Youth Middleweight Championship. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council. Supervisor at ringside is Steve Walachow. Your referee in charge of this matchup is Mr. Steve Smolgar. The 3 judges scoring the bout ringside are Glenn Feldman, Joe Dwyer, and Steve Weisfeld. First, fighting out of the blue corner and weighing in at 160 pounds. He wears the black trunks and has a professional record of 49 big wins, just 4 defeats. All in World Championship contest. 1 draw with 31 wins coming by the way of knockout. He hails from St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome the former WBA Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, Carl Daniels. And now fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at a ready 160 pounds. Tonight he wears the blue trunks trimmed in white. He has an impressive, undefeated professional record consisting of 15 big wins, no defeats, no draws, and 10 big wins coming by the way of knockout. He hails from the whaling city of New Haven, Connecticut. Please welcome one of boxing's hottest prospects, the reigning and defending WBC Youth Middleweight Champion of the World, Bad Chad Dawson! Dawson! 10 rounds for the WBC World Youth Middleweight Championship. Fighters to the center, fighters to the center.
Pay attention to me, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Chad, this is a good shot on Everlast. Your trunks are right where they're supposed to be. Touch them up. God bless.
And this is a battle of eras. Carl Daniels, a pro for 16 years. Chad Dawson, a pro for 3. Yet Daniels is 34. So will youth be served, or will a veteran come to the fore? There's Chad Dawson. And here we go. Well, neither guy can complain about having to fight a southpaw. And the other side of it, the advantage of being a southpaw is out the window.
Right, definitely. In this fight, they're both southpaw, so no advantages for either one.
Carl Daniels in his last fight lost to Bernard Hopkins. Talk about some big names. He was 26-0. Lost to Terry Norris, another big name. He won 9 straight. Kept it going. Losses to Laurent Boudouane, Julio Cesar Vazquez. And all of his losses have been in big fights. He's 49-4.
Yes, definitely a proven veteran, former world champion. So this is definitely a great test for Chad Dawson tonight.
And so if Daniels is on his game and gets some of his spark back, then it becomes quite a dangerous fight for Dawson.
Yes, definitely a dangerous fight for Dawson. This is the night, like I said earlier, that needs to prove that he belongs with the big boys.
Jimmy Birchfield saying earlier, you know, it's not about just having guys in your stable. You've got to make them fight. And tonight, that's what they're doing with Chad Dawson. Dawson in the blue trunks.
Yeah, Chad Dawson definitely fighting smart. You know, he's using his jab, he's using his reach advantage, he's letting the punches go, and he's keeping the distance from Daniels.
Chad Dawson in his last fight beat a very good fighter in Donnell Wilson, who's been an Olympic alternate from 1996. So that was a good step into this one. He's also beaten Antonio Baker, who's gone the distance with Jermaine Taylor. Taylor, a rising star. Got a big win last week. Here come the jabs by Dawson. And Daniels is back.
One of the mistakes veterans can make sometimes is they're veterans, so they take their time, they're patient. Sometimes they can let the fight get out of hand, and the other guy's going to win rounds. So Daniels needs to put the pressure on early to see if Dawson has the stamina at the end.
And it's one thing to know you have a lot of time, but this is a 10 rather than a 12.
Right.
So these guys have to start a little sooner.
That's absolutely right.
Dawson works the body and moves his feet. And Chad Dawson makes the ring just as big as it has to be for him in round one. As he walks back to his corner, and there's John Scully, New England champion and a good motivator.
And a great trainer.
He's there for you. He's starting to lean in with it, right? He's starting to lean his head in, right? When you see that, drill it, right? Only thing, be a little more alert, because he's going to start countering eventually, you know what I mean?
Round two coming up. Round two.
Your body shots, see you digging those, and the second one, he showed that it bothered him, all right?
Position to get this straight shot in, okay? It's there for you, top or bottom, and you're throwing. What did I say about throwing one jab at a time? Ain't going to cut it. You got to throw 2 or 3. You got to step in with it. You jab with this boy, you can start landing, okay? Start establishing that jab a little bit, okay? Loosen up, let your hands go a little bit. He's circling only this way around you. All right, mouthpiece, please. All right.
And you heard the corner man, Mark Vaz. Next week he'll be in a big situation, Glenn Johnson against Antonio Tarver. So Mark Vaz, well traveled, and speaks well for Carl Daniels to have him in his corner, along with John Scully in the corner of Chad Dawson. So this gives you an idea. It sets in boxing circles. I don't know how kind of good this fight is. You've got some high-level trainers in there.
Definitely, and in a fighter in this magnitude of this big fight, you want a high caliber trainer in your corner.
Jab by Daniels on Dawson. Now, Jose, how much can you absorb from a guy between rounds? In that 1 minute, how much can you really take in to use?
You can take in a lot. You know, a lot of fighters go by instincts too. You know, they have the game plan before the fight. So you go in the fight, already know beforehand what to do. And then once you're doing the game plan in the fight, then you're touching base with your cornerman if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't really go into the corner looking, okay, what do I do next? You're pretty much just touching base on what you need to do.
That's the voice of WBA welterweight champion Jose Antonio Rivera. I'm Dave Bontempo. Glad you're enjoying this one from Foxwoods. Carl Daniels and Chad Dawson scheduled for 10. They call it the youth middleweight title, but really this is about career direction.
Yes, definitely about career direction. This is stepping up. You know, I think the winner in this fight is going to crack the top 10 by the WBC, and then that's a big step up for Chad Dawson, or coming back for Carl Daniels.
How good is Chad Dawson at 15-0? This is a barometer. For Carl Daniels at 49-4, called the Squirrel. Can he get number 50? It's a big number.
It's a big number. It's a big number.
In this ring, last year, Vinny Paz got number 50, and he was all out with Tucker Pudwell. Now some heads have come together. Steve Smoger will look at it, let them go on. But it's Chad Dawson Getting off the mark, good left hand to the body by Dawson, and then he gets out of harm's way.
He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
He landed a
and move.
tremendous body shot and then got out of town before the bill came.
The body, champ. The body.
Good body shot again by Dawson. You just have to love when the boxing fundamentals are followed. So Chad Dawson works the body well and has a good second round against Carl Daniels.
Hi, I'm Steve Scott, and this is Kirk Heinrich of the Chicago Bulls. We're here to present Sue Anderson with her...
And who hopes to jumpstart the White Sox lineup. Speedy Scott with 7.
Join us for Jim Beam Sports Night tonight at 10 o'clock.
We start round 3, scheduled for 10. Our main event, Bad Chad Dawson and Carl Daniels. Dawson 15-0 with 10 knockouts from New Haven, Connecticut. Daniels from St. Louis, 49, 4-1 with 31 knockouts from the same St. Louis neighborhood as the likes of the Spinks brothers. A lot of heritage.
Daniel comes from good heritage out there.
They both want the same thing, these two lefties.
Yeah, I like what John Scully's been telling Chad Dawson in the corner. Kind of was speaking earlier, just telling him what he's not doing. He knows what he's supposed to be doing, but he's telling him also what he's not doing. And Chad Dawson seems to be following that in the ring.
Well, he did real well with the body shots in round 2, and he continues to do that.
And that's exactly what John Scully's been telling him. Work that body and come back to the head. And he's telling him to work it on both sides.
Now, what about for Daniels? There's a guy who's taller than him and scoring well to the body. What should he be doing to get more punching room?
Well, Daniels definitely should be stepping in with his jab and not allowing Chad Dawson to step out every time he gets close to him. And also not allowing Chad Dawson to hit him every time he comes in. He's got to throw punches. And Carl Daniels is just fighting Chad Dawson's fight right now.
Many opponents have done that. Dawson utilizing his height and reach. Good shot there by Chad Dawson. The left hand getting in behind his jab.
This is only the 3rd round, but I see Chad Dawson being quicker and his punches more crisp in the fight.
The body shots have been telling.
Yes, and it's only the 3rd round.
Good right hand to the body again by Chad Dawson. He snapped that off. Another good right hook by Dawson. He doesn't just punch with it, he snaps with it. Just shows the left hand. Right hook is blocked. Chad Dawson looking composed. We talked about Daniels and his last major fight was Bernard Hopkins, a loss. He since came up with wins over Nicholas Cervera and Rico Casan. So Carl Daniels coming in with full momentum. This round is over. At the top of our show, we heard from Jamie Clampett after her draw against Eliza Olsen. AJ Vitone now has Eliza.
Very much, Dave. I appreciate that. I'm here, of course, with Eliza Olsen. You were the aggressor early on in your fight with Jamie Clampett. Kind of talk about those first few rounds.
I knew that I had to come in here because this is around where she lives and stick it to her in the first rounds. 4 rounds. I stuck it to her. I did my best. I hit her with a lot of good shots. I don't know what the judges were watching tonight, really.
When you got the call that you did receive, and it was like earlier in the week, correct? What was going through your mind at that point? You knew you had to get here quickly. Did you pop in a tape of the Halloween 2003 fight from the Convention Center in Rhode Island?
Yeah, what I did was I'm always ready in the gym because being a woman boxer, you just never know when you're going to get the call. And I had fought Jamie Clampett before and I won, and they gave her the decision in Providence, and this time it was a draw, so we all know what happened. I, do my best, and I hope to fight her again, and the next time I will knock her out.
Well, I like the predictions. One thing that you would say that you learned from that Halloween 2003 fight that you put into effect in this fight, would it be the uppercuts that you landed so often in this fight? Is that one of the things you worked on?
I worked on my uppercuts and my straight right hands. I hit her numerous times with my straight right hands, and I guess that the judges just didn't see it. And the straight right hand and the jab right after it, the 1, 2, 3, and come out finish with the jab, and the uppercuts when I was inside, but I don't know what's going on. Truthfully, when you come someone's hometown, you got to knock them out.
All right. Eliza, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Dave, back to you.
All right, AJ, we've heard fighters say things like, well, I'm in his hometown. I have to knock him out to get a draw. Right hand by Dawson getting in. Eliza also did one thing. She spiced up the talk enough. She might get another shot at it.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely reasons for a third fight.
And here, Chad Dawson in the main event against Carl Daniels and waging an excellent battle. Dawson in the blue trunks. Has some height, has the reach.
Just landed a devastating right hook.
Two more jabs by Dawson. Three shots there by Dawson. Another jab popping through. Trying to get inside against Carl Daniels, or at least move on angles. Slapping left hand by Dawson, not much on that. This is the kind of a fight where the guy might turn from a knockout artist into a stylist.
Yeah, it's definitely a tactical fight. Both guys are just, Carl Daniels being patient, trying to land that one punch. And Dawson is just teeing off and taking whatever Daniels give him.
Dawson has 15 fights. Daniels has 31 knockouts and 54 fights. So he's had the experience. He said this week he couldn't believe that Chad Dawson took the fight against him. He was happy that that occurred. Chad Dawson said, that's all, but you've had your time, and now it's mine. And so far, Chad Dawson has shown himself to be a prophet because he's been out front and doing a good job as we at the end of round 4.
This is my city, where I work hard and play even harder.
So far, youth has been served. The younger Chad Dawson in the blue trunks, having his way here against Carl Daniels, former WBA junior middleweight champion. It's been all Dawson so far in this 10-round middleweight contest.
I like the feints that Dawson gives Daniels at times. That definitely is throwing Daniel off.
Good uppercut getting in by Dawson. Dawson on the outside. Just 21 years old. And up to 15-0, 10 knockouts. 19 is his ranking in the WBC. And this would be a defining victory where they looked at his line record and said, okay, there's a name we recognize.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely a good name to have on your resume, and a very good fight. You know, once they see the fight and see the performance tonight, or he's putting on so far, that's one of the names they have to take into consideration as one of the top middleweights out there.
Carl Daniels trying to solve Chad Dawson here. He has not been able to get inside effectively. Good uppercut by Dawson. Right hook by Dawson. Another good right hook by Dawson. Good body shot by Dawson. And now Daniels coming on a little bit. It's one of the rare times we've seen him put 3 punches together.
Yeah, it's the first time the whole fight he's put that combination together, and Dawson answers right back.
He needed to answer there, and he did. Good body shots by Chad Dawson.
Another thing Daniels should be doing is he should be punching with Dawson. That way he takes off some of the punches off. You know, if you're letting a guy throw in combinations after combinations after combination, he's gonna wear you down.
So time your punches with his.
Exactly. When he comes in, that way he's not hitting you at will. Just like that, he tried to do it. He missed the right hook, but he tried to throw a hook while Dawson was punching.
Dawson loading up. He's getting good leverage on his body shots. So Chad Dawson has to love the way he has waged the first half of this bout. We've got 5 to go.
To make your day, every day. The Chicago Tribune. What's in it for you?
We start round 6, scheduled for 10. Bad Chad Dawson from New Haven, Connecticut. 15-0, 10 knockouts in the blue trunks. Carl Daniels from St. Louis, 49-4-1 with 31 knockouts and a former WBA light middleweight champion. I'm Dave Bontempo. Joining you at ringside here, Chad Dawson, in the biggest fight of his career, waging an excellent battle. And some cut showing up around the nose, a little puffiness for Carl Daniels.
Ooh, good body shot by Dawson right there.
Good work here by Dawson. Continues to be patient, but stalking at the same time. Good right hook getting in by Daniels.
This is also another point in Dawson's career where he can graduate, you know. He's learning a lot in this fight. You have a veteran, a guy who's crafty, has experience, and you're able to have your way with him the way he's performing tonight. It's a good graduation for Chad Dawson.
Now, what are some of the things that Daniels is doing that Dawson will be able to carry with him, the things he's been able to overcome here?
Well, I don't think he's doing much. You know, I think he's just allowing Dawson to have his way with him. But that
big shot, and Dawson is having more than his way. This fight could be over. Very close to over. Steve Smoger looks in the eyes of Daniels. He was drilled. Still has a minute to get through this round. Dawson's a pretty good finisher. Daniels in deep water. Can Chad Dawson finish it off? Body shot. More work by Dawson. Chad Dawson with a big body shot. A right hook by Dawson. A left hand. Smoger moving in. This is very close. One more shot. It could be it. Dawson stepping back. Daniels living on borrowed time in that ring. Steve Smoger giving Daniels a respite. Will he let this go on?
Oh, what a break. What a break. Low blow. He gets to get some air and rest. I don't know if this is good for Daniels because it just means he gets to take more punishment afterwards.
It's a delayed call. At first, Daniels looked like he wanted to go on without any intervention at all. He can take up to 5 minutes if Steve Smoger He'll probably get going soon and use maybe a minute of it. The interesting thing is, he was one punch away from being out.
Oh, yes, he was. And this is definitely a break that's going to help him get back into the fight. But now he gets to take more punishment.
So choose your poison if you're Carl Daniels.
Exactly.
Here's Dawson loading up. What did this do to the momentum of Dawson? He had this guy set up and ready to go.
It's been the body punches all day.
Well, the round is over. And a long one it was for Carl Daniels.
Let's give it up for these two warriors. Round 7 coming up, round 7.
Well, Jose, you said that Dawson was having his way with him. He certainly was.
Yeah, and I also said Daniel's not doing anything because of Dawson's power. And there it was.
Big shot there. And then he continues to pour it on. There's the knockdown. He didn't go down from the first shot, and so Dawson made sure he went down there.
Right now, Daniels is fighting in pure heart. He wants to keep going. But I think the cornerman should stop the fight. The referee should stop the fight. He's going to get hurt.
This fight almost was stopped in the middle of the last.
I think they're going to give him one more round. If nothing changes, look for this fight to end.
Round 7, scheduled for 10 or less between Chad Dawson in the blue trunks. He's 15-0 with 10 knockouts. Carl Daniels of St. Louis, 49-4-1 with 31 knockouts. We're coming to you from Foxwoods. I'm Dave Bontempo, along with Jose Antonio Rivera and A.J. Baton. Chad Dawson now smelling the knockout. You know when a guy's been down, you're in another gear.
Oh, yeah. Right now, his adrenaline is on full tilt. And he's just waiting for that opportunity to unleash the poison.
Daniels manages to get a jab in. Moves his head out. Left hand by Dawson getting in. A quieter round so far. Dawson waiting for Daniels to cooperate. Leave himself open. Dawson is stalking, waiting. Big left hand. He timed it perfectly. The opening occurred. He was a predator, closing in on a fish in the water. And he swallowed Daniels up with that big left hand.
Daniel was already bleeding through the nose, but I think now he has a cut over his eye.
Has multiple difficulty right here. Dawson loading up, but he knows that Daniels is a cagey veteran, so he cannot be reckless in his regard for a KO. Dawson already has points in the bank, getting interest.
Oh, yeah.
4 shots there. Good shot by Dawson. You love how he moved the hands quickly up top and then punctuated it with a body shot.
And that's just a veteran move right there by Dawson. I have Dawson pitching a shutout right now.
Big right hook by Dawson. And this is a shutout, almost a no-hitter. He really has come up with an exemplary performance tonight.
If he can get the knockout, a perfect game.
Right, dominate the guy first, then stop him.
Yeah.
Big right hook by Dawson. Daniels biting down, trying to survive, motioning Dawson to come on. So, Carl Daniels is pretty much surviving on hard. And Chad Dawson is piling up points as round 7 goes in the books. Can Carl Daniels survive the test? Here, the ringside doctor will administer his look at Carl Daniels to decide if he can go on. He'll look in the eyes especially. They can tell if pupils are dilated and to what degree the fighter's having sensory difficulties. And they like to hear what Daniels is saying. Come on, man, get out of here.
Saving him, man. Get away from me. They're saving him, man. They're saving him, man. They're saving him, man.
But it does not work against the doctors. This is over.
He was not followed. Doctor left the advisor to stop it. It was safe.
So Chad Dawson is dominant from the opening bell and is a victor at the final bell. We'll be back in a moment.